Okay. Say something, Dad?
Hello.
Okay, now
I
that's
got
better. Yeah.
Excellent.
Still had to work out some kinks. Okay. So I'm here with my friend Miles, who goes to... Where do you go, Miles?
University of Washington.
University of Washington. I definitely knew that. And my dad here, and hopefully we'll be having some other people
Hey,
jump
Miles.
in and out.
Hey, how's it going?
Going well. Going well. I made it way past my bedtime tonight.
Oh, yeah.
That's a
Nice.
big win.
Me too.
Clap it up for my dad for staying way past his bedtime. He goes to sleep like 8 o'clock. All right. So we are going to do part 2 of the album analysis of Wish You Were Here. But I first have to preface this episode with all the technical issues that I've been running into, just to clear everything up, because I ran into a bunch of snafu. So I first got here at the studio at around 11 p.m. and at the same time there was another group going in, and we were super confused, like, okay, whose turn is it, right? Because we go on intervals of 2 weeks. And apparently, since they skipped the Thanksgiving break, and I didn't remember that, right? This was week 2 instead of week 1, and I'm on week 1. So they did their show at 11 p.m., and I said, well, you know, if there's no supervisor to tell us whose show going where, I might as well just come in at midnight, because no one's going to stop me. So that's why we're recording here at midnight. Okay. And I invited other people to hop in for the last show of the semester, last show for a while. And hopefully here and there, you know, in between songs, we can get some of their input. They could say hi. All right. So picking up where we left off, we just finished Have a Cigar. It was the second song that was, you know, from the perspective of the music industry and the higher-ups in the music industry, basically bullying Pink Floyd and exploiting them for money. Really shady things going on in there. Wish You Were Here. Okay. And the next song that we are going to jump into is the title track of the album, Wish You Were Here. And this song is an ode to Syd Barrett, the band member that left the group, something we talked about in the past 2 episodes. And is there anything you guys want to say about this track before we jump in?
What? Miles, you want to go first?
I mean, I think we should listen to it first and then talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So I don't think I have much to say to start off with.
Okay.
Well, it's my favorite Pink Floyd track.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that.
And in concert, you know, the entire stadium will come singing it, and it's really, really amazing to watch. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite songs to play on guitar.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you can play guitar. So yeah, we're just gonna jump into "Wish You Were Here." Keep in mind or listen out for you know, references to Syd and basically how the music industry and the process of making music, the artistic process and fame, sort of corrupted him in a way, and drove him out of the band. Not only that, but also drugs. And here we go. This is Wish You Were Here.
undisciplined it remains, mercifully.
Yes, and neither would you, Derek, this star nonsense.
Yes.
No, it isn't.
I'm sure of it.
So you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain? Can you tell a green field from a cold steel rail, a smile from a veil? Do you think you can tell? Did they get you to trade your heroes for ghosts, hot ashes for trees, hot air for a cool breeze, cold comfort for change? Did you exchange a walk-on part in the war for a lead
Okay, that was the title track, Wish You Were Here. Very beautiful song. One of my favorites. Can we get a mic check? Can you guys talk? Roll call. Hold on. Oh, shoot, hold on. My audio's still muted. My bad. Say something?
I'm here.
Okay.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Can I be heard?
We're all good.
Sweet.
All right.
Okay. So Cameron has joined us. Cameron from last week. It's actually good that we had the show later because now Cameron can make it because he had some essay that he had to write or something other. Finals week,
Yep,
you know,
and it
all
is
the
now
busy
complete.
stuff.
And I can now help talk about Pink Floyd.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Get the unimportant stuff done first so that you can.
Have a little bit of fun, yeah.
All right. And I think I need to read an ad really quick. So give me a second while I find something. Here it is. Okay, I found it.
Bad.
Every Tuesday night from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. is Joke Night at the Falling Tower Night Cafe. Anyone is welcome for stand-up comedy. Anyone is welcome, but due to previous incident, we are restricted to only animal and knock-knock jokes. If you tell a joke, you get 50% off Mardi Gras, virgin only, and 30% off all pretzels. Falling Tower Cafe, located on West Maple in between the Marshalls and Ralph's. To find out more about the promotional offers, go to tinyurl.com/fallingtowerjoke to learn about comedy Tuesday nights.
I'd like
I
to
would go
learn
there.
about what happened in the previous incidents myself.
Oh yeah, it's very secretive, you know.
Sounds pretty funny.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Very
I'd also
serious
like to
business,
work
you know.
I'd also like to work for a tight-knit company covering strips too sometime.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have. All right. Back to the show. What I came here to do. Okay. So that show was all about Sid. What are your guys' thoughts on it?
I have a little I could say. So, in one way it's about Sid, but at the same time as when they were writing this song, the band was kind of disintegrating, and there was a lot of like fighting and ill feelings between all of them. So, I feel like it's also it's about Sid's mental deterioration, but at the same time that's paralleling the entire band's deterioration, and they're kind of wishing that they were all there together, all like working together and having like good feelings with everybody, instead of the kind of slowly disintegrating relationships between each one of them. So I feel like they wish that they were all there together, like in good spirits, basically.
Yeah, it's a good observation. I never really thought of it that way.
Yeah, neither had I. The band had said that the Shine on You Crazy Diamond tracks were very specifically about Sid. They said Wish You Were Here was a little broader, and I think you're right that's what they were talking about too. It was generally, they said, about absence.
Yeah. And in fact, when I was doing research for this song in particular, and for the album, came across this story where during the recording of this song in particular, Syd Barrett wandered into the studio, and the band didn't even recognize him because of his physical state and how terrible he looked, just due to all the drugs he took, and
yeah, he had, even his eyebrows were shaved.
Yeah,
and he was like vastly overweight.
Yeah, he was like Peter Griffin.
No one no one knew who he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, very sad.
It's terrible what happened.
Yeah,
Okay.
it must have been really depressing for the whole band to see Sid after so long in that state and not recognize him. That yeah.
Okay.
And it really adds on to like the somberness of the song as well, because this is one of Pink Floyd's more somber songs in a way. Like, they don't have a lot of sad songs, and this is one of them, and Sid just happened to walk in at this point, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy to think about.
Definitely.
You know, one thing. If I could go backwards a little bit,
Of course.
on "Have a Cigar." You guys know that none of the 4 band members sang that song, right?
I did see something like that when I was looking up the lyrics. Can you tell us more about it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Roy Harper, who was really kind of an avant-garde folk singer, basically, was recording an album in the adjacent studio, and you can actually dig out recording of both David Gilmour and Roger Waters trying to sing "Have a Cigar."
Oh, I've heard that.
Yeah, have you?
I heard Roger Waters try to sing, and he couldn't reach the notes, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And the snaring, I just think the snaring voice of Roy Harper is just perfect for that song. Pink Floyd's not the only band who did a tribute to Roy Harper. Led Zeppelin's also got a song called "Hats Off to Roy Harper."
It really does add to the song his, tone of voice. Okay. And in the notes really here, Dad, you mentioned the central line in the song, let me see here.
Yeah. Did you exchange a walk-on part in the war for a lead role in a cave? And I really felt like that was. I think Roger Waters wrote the lyrics to the song, and I think what he's saying is, did you decide that you were just going to be comfortable and just ignore all the things that were going on in the world, or are you going to just be uncomfortable and take part in it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really like that. Okay. All right, if there's anything else that you guys want to chip in before we move on to the final track on the album, which is a continuation of the first track, is Shine On You Crazy Diamond parts 6 through 9, and it's 12 minutes. So speak now or wait 12 minutes.
Well, after the 12 minutes, you'll have to do another reading, I think.
Of course, yeah. All right. All right, if we're all good then, here is Shine On You Crazy Diamond parts 6 through 9. I hate to interrupt, but I've been getting reports of this show crashing or something. So, I don't know. Someone text me or something if it works. And that was Wish You Were Here. That concludes the album. All right, mic check.
I'm here.
Okay, one
Mic
sec.
check.
I need to turn you
I'm
guys
here.
up, I think.
I don't think there's anyone in mic here, though.
All right. Okay. But before we go on, I need to ask you a question. It's a very important question. Do you like cheese? Do you like starch? Well, we got you covered here at Starch Barn. Here, you can have a variety of Cracker Barrel-esque foods that will tickle your fancy at any time. We have one cheese fountain per table at Starch Barn. We have a special coupon just for residents of Chapman University. If you use the promo code on our website, STARCH20, you will get 20% off your first meal. That code again is STARCH20, 20. Or you can use your coupon online on our website, tinyurl.com/starchbarn. Remember to stay starchy and eat healthy. Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm sure Mom will be lining up for that one, Jack.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. So, this is the continuation of the first track in the album, Shine On You Crazy Diamond. Again, it is, in part about Sid. Shine On You Crazy Diamond, SYD, Sid. We went over that in like the second episode, I think.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it's an homage to him. And here. So the lyrics, which there are very few lyrics on this album and in Pink Floyd albums in general.
Yeah, they tend to say a lot with very little,
Hold on, I think I need to turn you up.
Especially this one, though, I think. Especially this one, I'd say. They're much more wordy on
The Wall.
say The Wall for sure, Dark Side of the Moon, the Final Cut. So yeah, but this one's they kind of let the music do the talking.
Yeah, and it speaks volumes, which I find really impressive, how much you can convey with just music, And something that I actually learned about this track in particular when I was researching it a little, at the end, or part 9, when the organs come in, the organ passage, it's supposed to represent sort of like the funeral of Sid's.
Yes. You know what? That's what it sounded like to me. I was going to make that point, but I'd never heard that was it. It was a very peaceful ending, right?
Yeah.
Very much like a funeral.
And I don't know if you knew this, Dad, but at the end, it was composed by Richard Wright, and at the end, he plays a part of See Emily Play as an homage to Bob Sid.
Oh, yeah.
See Emily Play was Pink Floyd's second
song.
single, I think. So this was right when Syd Barrett was leading the creative direction of the band, and when they were just getting their feet planted in music, which is great. Okay.
Yeah, I had missed that. I missed that. One thing, though, that I always thought was cool about this second part was the two basses. They go with double basses, both David Gilmour and Roger Waters on the bass in the very beginning. Yeah, it's very powerful, I think.
Definitely. Okay. I'm just going to go over some of the lyrics here, just so we can, get a better understanding of the song here. So for the final verse, Roger Waters talks about, or he says, and we'll bask in the shadow of yesterday's triumph, as a reference to Dark Side of the Moon being yesterday's triumph, that album that shot them into stardom, like stardom. Their best-selling album. And Sail on the Steel Breeze. And one second. Okay. Come on, you boy child, you winner and loser. More talking about Sid, he was also described as being sort of childish by other band members. And he was really young when he started in Pink Floyd. I don't remember exactly, but still an important thing to note, and something that really would take effect on, a young person's mind with all this, with fame and stardom and messing with him,
Plus, a lot of their lyrics back then were very much kind of fairy tale kind of, very, very sort of children's song type lyrics almost, and so they're definitely alluding to that too.
Definitely, yeah. I still need to listen to a lot more of Pink Floyd's discography, especially in their early years. Shine On You Crazy Diamond, or Wish You Were Here, the album is their 9th studio album, which is huge. The amount of albums that they've put out is incredible, and I have yet to listen to a lot of them.
Well, a few of them are crap.
Yeah, I can attest to that.
There's a lot of filler in there for sure.
Yeah, but
Definitely.
but Piper at the Gates of Dawn, just start with Piper at the Gates of Dawn. That's excellent.
Okay, and this goes for you too out there listening. Listen to Pink Floyd. Listen to not only just the albums we talk about here. Get a sense of the artist. It reminds me of. Give me one sec. It reminds me of a similar situation that just happened. I think it was yesterday. It was, and this is not related to Pink Floyd, it was Jay-Z's 50th birthday. And to celebrate it, he put all of his music on Spotify again, which he took out all of his music on Spotify in 2017 to move it to his own platform, which he owned most of, called Tidal. And now that it was back on Spotify, everyone's going crazy, like, oh my gosh, I can finally listen to Jay-Z again. But when I listened to him, I didn't get as much of a sort of connection to it as I did when I listened to other artists, because I knew that I was familiar with the other artists' progression. How Tyler, the Creator, started out as a someone just making noise, making a ruckus, and any publicity is good publicity, eating a cockroach and spitting it out, right? To dealing with emotional issues and becoming the artist he is today. Or Kanye West with the loss of his mother, or fame corrupting him, different stuff like that. And I think you can do this, you can follow this along with every artist, and it's really interesting to see the progression. Something I would definitely have to do with Pink Floyd. Okay? Is there any final thoughts on the album? Because I invited some other people to, jump onto the show, say hi, and then I kick them out of the call. Because, this is the last show of the semester. I figured, why not let some of them in,
Well, the only other thing I can think of about the album is the album artwork. We haven't talked about that.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
The first of all, for British band, both of the signature photographs were taken in California.
Yeah.
The cover shot, the guy in the cover shot is actually on fire.
Yeah.
That's a real
Really?
guy on fire. Yes,
They actually
No
had
special
him on
effects.
fire,
This came
huh?
out in
Oh, wow.
1975.
it was a stunt man, and Warner Brothers Studios had plenty of stunt men, and they interviewed the guy, and he's like, yeah, they let me on fire 17 times, and to get the right shot, and at one point, and the 17th and last time, the wind blew the fire into his face, and he goes running off into the
I
where
think I
the
saw a picture
whole bunch
of
of people.
that attempt, because
Yeah.
it was the sort of behind the scenes thing.
And the symbolism there is somebody unknowingly being burned by an agreement that they're making.
Yeah,
Right? Okay.
definitely. I also like to point out
go ahead.
how the full album cover, the art of it, it's not just that photo. I think it's that photo on top of something, and the photo looks burned on the edges, or at least on one edge.
Yes, that's true too.
Oh yeah, it's on a white background,
Yeah,
and
it's on a white background, and
it burns outwards
Yep.
too, which is ridiculous. It's weird.
It burns outward. Yeah. It's very strange.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think
Also, inside the inside art, there was
the man
a
with
shot.
the faceless man.
No. There was a shot of Mono Lake, which is also in California, but with somebody's leg sticking up out of it, along with all the stalactites or whatever they are, all the salt formations sticking out of it. And the photographer, the photographer said that was an actual person in there, and they had a scuba tank underneath. But they had to hold their breath so that there wasn't ripples in the water. So they had to stop breathing for a long time, hold their breath, and then snap a bunch of pictures, and then all right, okay to breathe now. Yeah, that'd be a little uncomfortable. Yeah. So I love those.
I'll put the art on screen for anyone listening on YouTube right now.
Cool.
Pink Floyd always tries to really get some very good album art on there.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. It's the company that they use, and I forget what the name of it was. Hypnosis, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's time I let the dogs in really quick. So
Let's
first,
let 'em in. Bring them in.
bring them in. Let's see if I can add them really quick. All right, I'll add 2 people, see who gets in first.
Looks like they're both in.
Yeah.
Yep. Alex, would you like to say hi?
What's up, guys? Hello, America.
1
Is
second.
that on
you're
screen?
Say that.
Okay, it's really loud.
You're very quiet.
Hi.
Okay, Robert's taking a shower. Bye. He literally called from the shower. He said he was going to do it, and he did. Bye, Alex. I'll see you soon. All right. Now, I think it is time for a new tradition that I have sort of created in this radio show of reading bedtime stories at the end. Because...
Wait.
Oh.
Shout-outs?
Shout-outs. Of course.
Yeah.
How could I forget the shout-outs? Shout-out to Miles and Cameron for coming onto the show.
Hey.
Especially Miles for short notice. It was like 30 minutes before the show started, or was supposed to start, and I was like, Cameron said he was working on his essay. Sebastian had to watch his brother or something. I'm going to be here alone, or I'm going to be here with my dad. I need someone else, right? And he's like, I'll do it. I'll just hop on. So, huge shout out to Miles.
Of course.
Yeah, Miles.
Of course.
All right. Shout out to Dad for hopping on and staying past his bedtime to talk Pink Floyd with us. Really fun thing. Shout out to Cameron, because I don't think I would have been covering up Pink Floyd on this show if it wasn't for Cameron, because not only did he introduce all of our group to all of us listening to Pink Floyd, but I remember when I had the opportunity to do a radio show, I immediately called him up and I said, all right, Cameron, I have this great idea for a show where I go, analyze these albums, right? We go song by song, pause in between some of them, talk about the meaning, and I'm going to do a Pink Floyd album and I'm going to have you on.
I remember that.
Yeah, I
That's
called
so
him.
Thank you
awesome.
so much for the opportunity as well. Shout out to you,
So awesome.
Jack, for inviting me on the show and letting me
is just
talk
so fun
Pink
to
Floyd
do.
with all y'all. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
honestly, so much fun. So great.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Can I have a shout out?
Of course.
Apple? Well, first of all, I'd like to shout out my roommate Bright for not yelling at me to shut up while I'm doing this. Looks like he's about to go to bed. Also like to shout out all squad here at Washington for listening. I don't know how much you listen to, but however much you listen to, thanks for listening. Family back home, all my cats, my 2 cats. My girlfriend back at home, you mean the world to me. Wish you were here, haha, but I'm yeah, be home on Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
Here.
We'll be home soon. Cameron, anyone?
Shout out to anyone who's listening in from Riverside.
Oh, yeah.
Because I asked a couple people, maybe they're here. And give me 1 second.
All right.
One more second, sorry.
Okay. Dad, do you have any shout-outs?
Yeah. Well, first of all, shout out to you, Jack. It's an honor to be on the program.
Can't see it right now, but I'm patting myself on the back.
It's it's great. I love the variety of music genres. I also go back and shout out my freshman roommate, Tony Romero, my freshman roommate at Stanford, who I think I had Dark Side of the Moon when I got to college, and he had all the other ones. And he was the Cameron of our group. So shout out to you too, Cameron, for recognizing a good thing when you see it. Make sure the rest of the guys know it. Yeah.
Oh, and thank you so much for showing me the Wish You Were Here album, Mr. Pauly.
Yes.
I remember one time during marching band, you came up to me and you were like, "Oh, you should listen to Wish You Were Here." And
yeah,
that's
I remember. I remember. Yeah.
So thank you so
good
much.
for you, man. Good for you. Get the rest of them listening to it. That's good.
All right. Cameron, guitar
Cameron, you
solo?
sound good on the guitar there.
That's all I got.
I like it.
Oh, yeah, Cameron.
Right.
Yep.
Yay.
That
All
was
right.
Wish You Were Here.
Very good.
Very good. Okay. This time, now it's time for the bedtime story. And this one, I'm not going to read Goodnight Moon. I'm going to read another one that I just remembered tonight, and I'm glad I remembered because it's one of my favorites. The Runaway Bunny by Margaret Wise Brown. Once there was a little bunny who wanted to run away. So he said to his mother, "I'm running away." "If you run away," said his mother, "I will run after you. For you are my little bunny. If you run after me," said the little bunny, "I will become a fish in a trout stream, and I will swim away from you." "If you become a fish in a trout stream," said his mother, "I will become a fisherman, and I will fish for you." "If you become a fisherman," said the little bunny, "I will become a rock on the mountain high above you." "If you become a rock on the mountain high above me," said his mother, "I will become a mountain climber, and I will climb to where you are. If you become a mountain climber, said the little bunny, I'll become a crocus, I think that's how it's said, I don't know, in a hidden garden. If you become a crocus in a hidden garden, said his mother, I will be a gardener, and I will find you. If you are a gardener and find me, said the little bunny, I'll be a bird and fly away from you. If you become a bird and fly away from me, said his mother, I will be a tree that you will come home to. If you become a tree, said the little bunny, I will become a little sailboat, and I'll sail away from you. If you become a sailboat and sail away from me, said his mother, I will become the wind and blow you where I want you to go. If you become the wind and blow me, said the little bunny, I will join a circus and fly away on a flying trapeze. If you go on a flying trapeze, said his mother, I'll be a tightrope walker and walk across the air to you. If you become a tightrope walker and walk across the air, said the bunny, I'll become a little boy and run into a house. If you become a little boy and run into a house, said the mother bunny, I'll become your mother and catch you in my arms and hug you. Shucks, said the bunny. I might as well stay where I am and be your little bunny. And so he did. Have a carrot, said the mother bunny. And that concludes our show. See you next semester. Bye-bye.